Have you ever dreamed of harvesting crisp, juicy cucumbers right from your own balcony or patio? Well, stop dreaming. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn that dream into reality by planting cucumbers in deep pots. It's easier than you think, and by the end of this video, you'll have all the knowledge you need to grow your own amazing harvest. Look at this beauty. This is what you can achieve. First, let's talk about what you'll need. The star of the show is, of course, a deep pot. I recommend one that's at least 20 inches deep and about 18 inches wide. Why so deep? Cucumber roots love to stretch out, and a deep pot gives them the space they need to develop a strong system, which means a healthier plant and more cucumbers for you. Plastic, terracotta, fabric bags, they all work. Just make sure they have plenty of drainage holes at the bottom. Nobody likes wet feet, especially not cucumber roots. Next up, the soil. Don't just scoop up dirt from your garden. We need a high-quality potting mix. Look for one that's light, fluffy, and drains well. I like to use a mix that contains peat moss, perlite, and compost. The compost is key. It's like a superfood smoothie for your plants, packed with all the nutrients they need to get a strong start. If you want to give your cucumbers an extra boost, you can also mix in a slow-release granular fertilizer right from the beginning. You'll also need a trellis or some kind of support structure. Cucumbers are natural climbers. A simple bamboo teepee, a wire cage, or a lattice leaned against a wall will work perfectly. Giving them something to climb not only saves space, but also improves air circulation, which helps prevent diseases. And finally, the cucumber seeds or seedlings. If you're a beginner, starting with seedlings from a nursery can give you a head start. But growing from seed is incredibly rewarding. There are two main types of cucumbers: bush varieties and vining varieties. Bush types are more compact and great for smaller pots, while vining types will climb like crazy and produce a ton of fruit if you give them the space. For deep pots, I highly recommend vining varieties like the Marketmore or Straight 8. They really take advantage of that vertical space. All right, let's get our hands dirty. First step, prepare your pot. If you're reusing an old pot, make sure to clean it thoroughly with soap and water to get rid of any lingering pests or diseases from previous plants. Then, cover the drainage holes with a piece of broken pot or a coffee filter. This simple trick prevents the soil from washing out when you water. Now fill your pot with that beautiful potting mix. Fill it up to about 2 inches from the rim. Don't pack it down too tightly. We want to keep it light and airy. Give it a good, gentle watering until you see water draining from the bottom. This helps the soil settle and ensures there are no dry pockets. Let it sit for a few minutes to drain completely. Time to plant. If you're using seeds, plant 2 or 3 seeds in the center of the pot, about 1 inch deep. Why more than one? It's a little insurance policy. Once they sprout and get a couple of true leaves, you'll thin them out and keep only the strongest seedling. Just snip the weaker ones at the soil line with scissors. Don't pull them, or you might disturb the roots of the winner. If you're starting with a seedling, gently remove it from its nursery container. Be careful with the roots. Make a hole in your soil that's about the same size as the seedling's root ball. Place the seedling in the hole, making sure the top of its root ball is level with the soil surface. Then, gently fill in the gaps with more soil and lightly press it down. Give your newly planted seedling a good drink of water to help it settle into its new home. Now comes the fun part, watching it grow. But there are a few key things you need to do to ensure a happy plant and a bountiful harvest. First, watering. Cucumbers are thirsty plants. Their fruits are over 90% water after all. Check the soil daily, especially on hot, sunny days. Stick your finger about 1 inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Water deeply at the base of the plant until it runs out the bottom. Try to avoid getting the leaves wet, as this can encourage fungal diseases like powdery mildew. Morning is the best time to water. Next, support. As soon as your cucumber plant starts sending out little tendrils, it's looking for something to grab onto. This is when you need to install your trellis. Gently guide the main vine towards the support. It will naturally start to climb, but you might need to help it along at first with some soft plant ties or clips. Don't tie them too tight. Let's talk about feeding. That initial compost and fertilizer will get your plant off to a great start, but as it grows and starts producing fruit, it's going to get hungry. About a month after planting, start feeding it with a balanced liquid fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks. Look for one that's formulated for vegetables. This will give it the energy it needs to keep producing those delicious cucumbers all season long. Now, let's cover some common mistakes and how to avoid them. A big one is overwatering or underwatering. The key is consistency. Yellowing leaves can be a sign of both, so always check the soil moisture before you water. Another common issue is pests. Aphids and spider mites love cucumber plants. Check the undersides of the leaves regularly. If you see any, you can often just blast them off with a strong spray of water from a hose. For a more stubborn infestation, insecticidal soap is a great organic option. Pollination is another crucial step that sometimes gets overlooked, especially if you're growing on a high-rise balcony with fewer bees around. Cucumber plants have both male and female flowers. The female flowers have a tiny miniature cucumber at their base. The male flowers don't. If you notice your tiny cucumbers turning yellow and falling off, you might have a pollination problem. You can play the role of the bee. Simply take a small paintbrush or a cotton swab, gently rub the inside of a male flower to pick up pollen, and then transfer it to the inside of a female flower. It's that easy. Let's consider a few variations. What if you live in a really hot climate? Your pot might dry out very quickly. Consider adding a layer of mulch, like straw or wood chips, on top of the soil. This will help retain moisture and keep the roots cool. You might also need to provide some afternoon shade on scorching hot days to prevent the leaves from getting scorched. On the other hand, if you're in a cooler climate, choose a fast-maturing cucumber variety and make sure your pot gets as much sun as possible, at least 6 to 8 hours a day. There are so many fun cucumber varieties to try. There are pickling cucumbers, like the Boston pickling, which are short and bumpy. There are long, thin English cucumbers that are virtually seedless. And there are even round, yellow lemon cucumbers. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types to see what you like best and what grows well in your specific conditions. So, to recap, start with a deep pot with good drainage. Use a high-quality, nutrient-rich potting mix. Provide a sturdy trellis for your vining cucumbers to climb. Water consistently, feed regularly, and keep an eye out for pests. And don't forget to help with pollination if needed. If you follow these steps, you'll be well on your way to enjoying the freshest, most delicious cucumbers you've ever tasted, grown right in your own home. There's truly nothing more satisfying. I hope you found this guide helpful and feel inspired to start your own container cucumber garden. It's such a rewarding project. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you, and I do my best to answer every single one. And if you do decide to grow your own, I would be thrilled if you shared pictures of your progress with our community. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more gardening tips and tutorials, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next video.